I'm not carrying the burden of having to figure out the whys of everything. I'm just here to do what I'm supposed to do, you know? And that is be me to the fullest. What is up, you guys? It's me, Gaylyn Lareese, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another girl talk video where we sit and chat and I play on my face, basically. I recently posted a picture and shared a picture where I did this really cool pink eyeshadow look, and I got some compliments on it, so I figured I might as well show how I did it. But I also wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind lately, and it's been my peace. So if you want to hear my thoughts on peace, how I've been maintaining my peace, or if you just want to see how I did this eye look, then go ahead and click like first so I know that you guys enjoy these videos, and let's go ahead and jump into it. I was watching a video that this one girl did on YouTube recently, and she kind of just listed out some of the things that she has no longer been doing to help her feel more peaceful. And I was like, you know, thinking about it, there are a lot of things that I no longer do. So we're gonna get into those. The first thing that I have stopped doing to prioritize my peace is that I have stopped continuing conversations that are not solution-based. I'm discontinuing any conversation that's not solution-based, because what that does is that starts to get me to a point where we're backing and forthing and you're trying to convince me why your opinion is correct, and I'm trying to now feel like I have to defend my opinion. And I've not only had to stop doing that with family, but also in friendships too. Like, there are certain friendships I think that take more energy than others, and that doesn't make them bad friendships. That doesn't make them negative friendships to have. Like, I do have friendships with people who do feel very differently than I do on certain things, because the truth of the matter is not everybody's going to agree with you on everything, but that doesn't mean every single conversation you have has to be a court debate. Like, I'm not doing that. And as you do that, you start to notice more often when people are starting a conversation with you so they can have a point to like jump off of to start their whole ramble, versus when someone is genuinely trying to understand your perspective or get to know you or whatever. And so that can also just help you kind of weed out who you shouldn't be spending a lot of your time with, you know? The second thing that I stopped doing to feel more peace is I stopped saying yes to things that I knew I would not be able to do with a happy heart. The thing is that where I place my energy and my time, I want to be present. If I'm with my friends, I'm with my friends. And same thing with my family. If I can't say yes with a happy heart, then I'm not doing it, because then I'm distracted the whole time that I'm trying to do the thing, and I'm thinking about other places that I could be, or I could be working on this, or I could be spending my time doing this. And then it makes it so that you're not even happy that you're there in the first place, and you're not being present in the moment, which is a place that you can truly find peace. And that's something I've also been working on, is just trying to be more present. Like, I really suck at that. And I guess that could tie into the other thing that I've stopped doing, which is I've stopped living so far in the future. I am a planner. I am we're doing this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and that's great. And in most cases, like, I'm very much pro plan, but then once the plan is made and we're executing it, now it's time to like live in the plan, you know? We can't put the plan in place and then start the plan and think about what's happening after the plan. We ain't even finished the plan. You know what I mean? And that's something that I noticed was bringing me a lot of destructive energy to my peace, was me focusing so much on something that's so far away. Because I'm the kind of person, like, I'm trying to attack problems before they even become problems, you know? And it's like, well, now you done made a problem, you know? Or you're creating a problem in your head and you're making yourself experience it as it's like if it's actually happening, and it hasn't even happened yet. It hasn't even happened yet. And now your peace is destroyed because you're thinking about something that hasn't even happened yet. I've spent so much of my time doing that. And Honestly, now I'm not perfect, you know what I mean? I'm still working on it. But when I do consciously tell myself, like, that's thinking too far in the future, Gaylyn, bring it back. You know, I do feel so much better about that. In the Ultimate Shadow Palette by NYX, I'm gonna go with that coral shade on the outside half of my eye. And I guess connected to that, me realizing that I was spending so much time in the future, it was not only causing me to like not have peace, but it was causing me to straight up panic. And I was noticing that I was letting a lot of things make me panic. Like my immediate response was like, I guess anxious energy, worry. That used to be my immediate response to stuff. And imagine how many things could make you start to panic in a day. When your brain is in that kind of like excited but negatively excited mode, if you let yourself do that enough, it's so hard to come out of that, you know? And so I've found so much peace in just letting myself remind myself like, hey girl, we're not even at that yet, you know? So once I have stopped it in the middle of my eyelid, like right where my pupil is, I'm gonna go in with, I think I mixed these two like lavenderish colors together, but they look pink on me. So I'm gonna mix those together. Now the next thing that I have stopped doing is I have stopped going down rabbit holes of every single news story that's happening in every single country that's affecting anybody anywhere on the planet. I don't think I'm a worrier, but especially when like children are involved, I really do care. It really bothers me. And I was noticing that I started, you know, watching a little bit too many news clips, being a little bit too in the know, and it was starting to make my base level of peace not so peaceful. You might need to take a step back from the news stuff, and that has taken discipline. It's taken discipline for me to notice when I am starting to get a little bit too invested, you know? I've mentioned this a little bit, actually a lot of it, in my boundaries video, my boundaries girl talk. So if you haven't watched that one, check that one out after this one. I've stopped letting people make their problems my problem. So many artists work so many different ways, and through trial and error, you learn how people work best, and you learn based on how those people work best, how you work happiest with them, if that makes sense. So I've learned over time, either working with other dancers or brands or whatever the case may be, when I'm working with someone, like I want responsibilities to be very clear, but also I want it to be clear that if it's not an issue I caused, it is not my problem. And that makes me much more peaceful because it's not my problem to fix, you know? I was the kind of kid that and let me know down in the comments, did you like group projects as a kid? Let me know, because I did not. I could not stand group projects. I was that kind of kid who, if we're doing the group project and someone forgot to do their part or didn't do their part well, now I'm staying up late to fix your part, because what I'm not going to do is stand up in front of the class and look crazy. And so over time, I kind of played that role a little bit too much. I was having this talk with a friend actually recently, and we were talking about how my not having played very many team sports, I'm seeing the effects of that now growing up. Just in doing anything, you need people, you know? You need other people that you can trust. You need other people that trust you, that want to be around you, that value you. I was never like a dance team kid. I was never a competition dance kid. So dance was very much a solo practice for me. I went to ballet class, I went to jazz class, did a little dancey dance. We had a recital, you know, once or twice a year, and that was it. And so there are certain things that I'm learning about working with other people that I didn't really have to learn before. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think everyone learns. It's like certain lessons, I think, in life that at some point you learn it. Sometimes you learn it when you're younger, sometimes you learn it when you're older. Like, I've learned so much about being completely, you know, independent since I was a kid because of how I grew up, you know? And what my hobby was. I've learned so much about finding my own voice very early that some people don't find until later. So I think, you know, all of that doesn't matter. But I'm saying all that to say, don't let other people make their problems your problems, okay? That's like the worst eyeliner I've ever done in my life. It's fine. It's whatever. Who cares, right? You probably do. I mean, that's why you're watching the video. Anyway, something else that I have stopped doing to call myself back to my peace is that I have stopped trying to impress people. And I think this is connected to dance maybe. I have spent so much of my time trying to get people to like me. Not in my personal life, but through dance for sure, because you're constantly having to prove yourself. You're constantly having to show either a choreographer or a dance teacher, like, I'm good enough, look at me. You can't ever really change how someone feels about you. Like, if they've made a decision on how they feel about you, that's kind of it, you know? Oh, mascara. You can do everything you possibly can to show someone that you're kind, that you're talented, that you have good intentions, but people will see what they see, you know? And that's often just a result of their own experiences and has nothing to do with you. And this one saying that I've adopted for about the past 2 years now is 90% of how someone treats you has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. And it's totally true. The way that someone is responding to you most of the time is based on how other people have treated them, or things that other people have said to them, or ideas that other people have told them are the epitome of beauty, success, all those desirable traits, you know? We're taught those things as we age, as we grow, and then we meet someone, and so we superimpose those beliefs onto other people. They ain't got nothing to do with that, you know? I have nothing to do with what you think makes a good dancer. And at my big age, I'm not really trying to like, I'm 27 now. I'm not trying to impress people. Like, that me is dead and gone, because that didn't really get me very much, you know? And what it did get me was a lot of stress over human beings. Please. A person who's just a person just like I'm a person? No. And once I let that go, I felt like I could enjoy dance classes again. I was able to take class without fearing so much how the person would view me, you know? Because I was taking so much fun out of dance to the point where I wasn't going, you know? So I'm going to take this brighter color and I'm gonna brush it under my eyes. Now, while I'm blending this out, the next thing that I stopped doing to feel more peace is I stopped worrying about the why for everything. When negative things happen, it can be very easy to go, why me? Why did this go wrong? Why on this project? Why this thing? It's not that there isn't a why all the time. It's just that I have to be okay, or I've become okay with not knowing. At the end of the day, what I do know is that all things are working together for my good, that God wouldn't start a good work in me and not finish it. Like, these are things that I know for sure. So regardless of why that did or didn't work, it's kind of irrelevant, you know? I'm not even fumbling with the feelings of that. I'm giving that over to God and I'm letting him do his thing on it. I'm just here to do what I'm supposed to do, you know? And that is be me to the fullest. And I would just say, as an aside to that, like, having a spiritual life of some sort does help, you know? I personally grew up with a lot of different spiritual practices around me. I don't necessarily tailor myself to one specific one, but I do have a relationship with God, and that helps me ground myself. All of that gives me much more peace, you know? I'm gonna do a little bit of contour. Let me do that. Okay, so contour's on now. Now I want to do the bottom lid mascara. I'm gonna go in with this L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and then I'm gonna take some of this bright pink color here at the top, and I'm going to mix it into the white color. So I'm just gonna just dust it in there. And then obviously the more shadow you add to it, the more pigmented the color is. I've been liking this combo, so I've been using the NYX lip pencil in Espresso and the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping lip liner in the color Gone Grayish. Ooh, let's do this. This is an Urban Decay Candy Flip High Shine lip gloss. I don't even know if they make these anymore. They keep discontinuing stuff. Yes, it's giving party girl. And then I'm gonna use a little bit on my finger to highlight my cheekbones. So it's got more of that like pinky blue highlight versus like a yellow highlight. I want to stay in the same color scheme. Here. And let me go ahead and set my rest of my face. And I think that'll be it. That is it, you guys. I went ahead and put on this pink shirt. I couldn't find my pink dress. I don't know where it is, but the whole point was for me to give you this pink eye look. So here's how I did it. And I hope you kind of got a little bit of clarity on how I have been finding peace recently and how I've been keeping my peace, maintaining my peace. I think something that I've realized over the past, I would say year, is that peace is something that you have to fight for. You have to consistently set boundaries and just assess how you are responding to things and seeing how your response is inhibiting your own ability to feel peace. So I hope this kind of helped you maybe have a little takeaways, and what you didn't like, girl, leave it. You don't need to take it with you. But if you did take away something good, then go ahead and share this video with a friend and consider subscribing, because I do like to do girl talk videos like these every now and then. I like for us to chat, you know? I'll see you guys in my next video next weekend. Later.